Petition at the High Court seeking justice for the 75 deceased persons and their families and for any other person deceased or injured who were victims of police brutality during the anti-government protests held earlier this year. And as Grace Kanja now tells us in this report, which also includes excerpts of an interview that we held with lawyer Paul Mwangi, Azimio leader Raila Odinga, who authorized the petition, reiterated that he did survive an assassination attempt.
The beginning of 2023 saw Maandamano Tuesdays being the order of the weeks, before they progressed to other days of the week. According to Azimio, the anti-government demonstrations they called resulted in the deaths of 75 persons and left scores others injured, and now Azimio has taken to court. Azimio is now seeking a declaration that the NPS derogated the right to life of the 75 deceased persons laid out in the petition. The party also seeks a declaration due issue that the first respondent, Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome, NPS members who took command of operation violated their duty of command responsibility and ought to take legal responsibility for actions done by their subordinates that caused the deaths because they either ordered the perpetration of excessive force, or they tolerated it, or they tactically allowed it, or they feigned unawareness of those actions.
What would be perhaps, in a nutshell, explaining to Kenyans the case that you want the ICC itself to investigate in this country, specifically for the alleged police brutality that you mentioned? Are there other issues that perhaps you want the ICC to intervene?
The main issue is that there is clearly a deliberate policy within the National Police Service to abuse people's rights and to the extent of exterminating people who seems to be in conflict with government.
They also want a mandatory injunction directed at IG Koome, ordering him to discharge his command responsibility by conducting investigations and inquiries into the actions of his subordinates that led to the deaths.
So you'll be suing the police or the Inspector General? Would you be able to divulge the details of whom you're suing against?
So I think it would be up to ICC if they decide that they are going to take on the matter. It is up to them to then decide if they will take it up, who they will take it up against.
Azimio also wants an award issued by the court of general and punitive damages against the NPS and the Attorney General for the damage to the estates and dependents of the 75 persons. Azimio leader Raila Odinga asserted that police brutality is today the greatest threat to the enjoyment of fundamental rights and freedom in Kenya, adding that Azimio has identified the 75 died by gunshots and other lethal means, with many more still being reported. Raila also recounted that he survived an assassination attempt executed by NPS members on the 29th of March 2023 when his vehicle was targeted with about 10 rounds of live ammunition as he participated in a demonstration. On the 28th September, IPOA said that at least 57 lives were lost during months of Azimio La Umoja-led anti-government demonstrations across the country. Grace Kanja, TV 47.